Here you could see my filled-in eyebrow and, well, my natural brow. Call it, I guess, if you call this a brow. Um, so in a minute, I'm gonna zoom you guys in, and I will show you. No, actually, I will show you right now what I use. I use the Milani Stay Put Brow Points in the shade Dark Brown 05. I use the Milani flat brush that comes with it. Well, you don't really need much more than a flat brush and a spoolie to fill in your brows. And then I use the Maybelline highlight stick in beige to highlight my brow bone. So that's what I use. And then just to keep it still, yes, this is kind of more on the higher end side. I use the Estee Lauder Brow Now, which is a volumizing brow tint. You could either just use this if you have fuller brows, but I personally like to go through the full steps. So this is in shade 03 Brunette, and let's get started. So, okay, as you could see, this brow looks fuller, a little more alive, I would say. As in this one, well, it's kind of crappy. So now to start with, I am actually a pretty picky person when it comes to my brows. I like them a certain way, more of like a straightish angle, more than filling in angle. So if you'll excuse me, I have to look this way. So as you could see, I am lightly brushing just the minimum of product into my brow, my underbrow, and I like to line it up straight against my arch. That way, when it comes to drawing the tail of my brow, I could just draw a line straight down, and it just makes it easier. As you could see, and applying it to my brow ever so slightly. And if this goes, I'm just drawing the tail straight from the line I made straight down. So it just makes it easier for me. Now, you could grab it from the top and meet it down to the line from the bottom to make your arch. As you can see, I don't really have that big of an arch because that's how I like my brows. And now just feather it through. I find this pretty easy as is, and your line doesn't have to be perfect. And as you see, and in the front, I do light upward strokes to mimic actual hairs. And now just bully your eyebrows through, and wherever you have bald spots, just go. Now, just to set the pomade, just brush it through, and you can clean up some of your mistakes with your spoolie. I guess it picks up the product, or with your finger brush or whatever, but it doesn't have to be perfect because right now you're going with your concealer and you're gonna conceal your mistakes. As I like to call this, and a lot of people call it, the cleanup. So you see, there you go. Your tail's just fine. It's perfect. And what I like about the Maybelline concealer is that you don't really need a brush or anything because the product is just so nicely. It's almost like a whip that you could just spread it through. It's not much. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. But as you can see, I do not have black brows, and they're pretty symmetrical. So, brows. This is Monica signing off. Love you, crayons. Come back soon.